have a great time today here. We're at Cormorant Pub and Boathouse in the village of Cormorant in the heart of Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. We've got a great audience with us here today.
Yeah.
We've got a great audience out there in TV land. Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling coming your way. Woo!
Pit Boss Grills presents Mad Dog and Merrill Midwest Grillin'. Brought to you by Pit Boss Grills, Griddles and Accessories, Louisiana Grills and Smokers, The Power of Wisconsin Potatoes, Sundrop Soda, Cherry Delight, Awesome Shrimp and Seafood, Shooting Star Casinos, the Wisconsin Agriculture Tourism Association, and by Lashbro Visual Communications.
Hey, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin'.
I'll tell you what, we're at a great place. It's called the Cormorant Pub and Boathouse. And I'll tell you, right behind us here is the old boathouse right now. Now, Freddie, you had a Chris Craft.
Yeah, 1935.
1935.
Yes.
Was that a Woody? Was it wood?
Of course, yeah, all Chris Crafts are wood. Well,
Are they?
all antique Chris Crafts
Thank
are
you
wood.
very much. So, and on the inside of the boathouse here, back in 2021, Gretchen Hunter, they purchased the place. They built this brand new beautiful patio set. They got a beautiful 27-footer.
I know, it's amazing. The bar is unbelievable.
1951 Chris Craft on the inside. It's the whole bar. They got a beautiful setup here. They got great food, great entertainment. It's a great place to be, and it's in the heart of Detroit Lakes right here. So you got to visit those good folks for sure. But so it's the 1950s, if you will, back then,
Good
right?
old 1950s. You remember the 1950s, Freddie? He remembers.
So Freddie remembers the music of the 1950s. I remember the food of the 1950s. We had the cheese balls rolled in pecans. We had Swedish meatballs.
Yeah.
Mom was taking Spam and cutting them and dipping them in ketchup and then breadcrumbs and baking them in the oven. She graduated from Stout University Home Economics. Oh, man.
I graduated from Stout. Don't make fun of
Not
her.
in home economics, though. If you didn't kill the bacteria by boiling it, you baked it some more.
Oh, you did. She killed it, too. She killed
So,
it.
so when we talked to Jim and the folks here at the pub and boathouse in Cormorant,
Hey!
which is
Thank
also
you.
a lake around here, Lake Cormorant, Cormorant, and also a bird, an aquatic bird, if you will.
The flies?
Yeah, and I wish I was flying away with it right now. So the food. So back then we had all that great stuff, but you know what we also had back then? We had Sherry Lewis.
Oh, yes.
And lamb chops. Remember
Right.
Sherry Lewis and lamb chops?
Yep.
And we can't do Crazy Horse, so we'll do pork chops instead.
Okay.
But because we had Sherry Lewis, and when she was talking with us as a ventriloquist, and that was great entertainment in the 50s, and they got the
was.
beautiful Chris Craft bowl from 1951, we're going to do some lamb chops on the grill.
All right, I love it.
So do I.
Sure.
In order to do lamb chops, we have to season them up a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of oil over the top. These are from our good folks at Vindicator brand. So these are gorgeous pasture-raised, gorgeous marbleized lamb chops that are the ultimate. And I got a couple pork chops because I think I have room for them, so I tossed those babies in just for the heck of it too from our good friends at Vindicator.
See that baby.
So I don't think I was going to throw horseradish on there, but I don't think that works to me.
No,
I think
I'm
we'll,
glad. Good
we're
point.
just going to go with a black pepper and lemon is a lemon pepper. So we're going to do a nice little lemon pepper seasoning over the top of that. This is our sodium-free garlic pepper blend. Sodium-free garlic pepper blend on top of there. Then we're going to do our citrus twist, and the two together.
Oh, that was the 60s.
The two together are going to make a nice little lemon pepper blend over the top of everything there.
right.
So we're going to blend that together. I should throw a little garlic over the top, but we're going to blend those together. I am going to do a little rosemary because we're going to cedar plank these today. When you plank cook something, you can make it as gnarly as possible because it's going to protect it from the heat. I was not prepared for much here today.
Oh, that's okay. But it's just on TV. Never worry about it.
Hold on.
Nobody out there.
Your dentist will love that move.
I'll tell you what, I had an argument with a bungee cord about 5 years ago.
Oh, I remember
I
that.
ain't got no dentist.
Oh, took care of that,
Yeah.
man.
But at least I didn't have to see my optometrist. So then we got some nice little gnarly lamb chops. Now these have been soaking a little bit over exaggerated. These are some nice little white cedar, some nice little cedar planks that I did on the grill. We've soaked these for a couple days. They're thoroughly soaked through. I soak mine overnight if anything. You want a nice cool smoke, if you will. So we're gonna take our little lamb chops and we're gonna place those on top of our planks.
Oh, good.
And what I'm gonna do is I got 2 planks in here, so we're gonna play a couple pork chops on top of one.
Plank grilling's a safe way to grill, ladies and
You know
gentlemen.
something, we have our pellet grill set for about 350 degrees. It's got a little lever on the side, so when I flip that baby over, when I flip it like that, we have the heat coming directly out of it. So I'm gonna place the tips of the wet planks over the heat, just the tips. Let them burn the tips of that, and the rest are gonna sit back a tad bit, and we're gonna slow cook those. Excuse me,
Gotcha.
Mr. Morrell.
You got her. Go
Nope,
right
for the
ahead.
cameraman.
Very good.
Nope, the other way.
The other
The
way?
other way. The other way. Way the other way. So we're gonna place those on the grill and put the hood down, and then we're gonna let those blend for about 25 or 30 minutes, how long those are gonna take.
1950s.
Here we go.
All right. Do you know what the popular beer was in the 1950s?
Tell me.
Well, anybody guess out there? Schlitz. It was Schlitz.
Yes, it was.
They still make Schlitz today. It's a good beer. Schlitz beer.
Do you remember the motto? The beer that made Milwaukee famous. That's right.
That's right. Amazing.
Well, Merrill used to be Milwaukee's best, then he was old Milwaukee, now he's just a Schlitz.
Yep, exactly, exactly. 100% too, 100%. So what do you think the big liquor was back then, the famous liquor in the 50s?
Moonshine.
No.
No.
What do you say, Freddie, anything?
I think people were drinking gin. I
Gin
think
was
gin
the big thing,
martinis. You remember
remember?
those martini glasses that people had
Yep.
with gin martinis?
And then they had, the seltzer, they had, yeah.
So what are you cooking up there?
I'll tell you what, I'm cooking up a gin and sin.
All right.
Just for Freddie
The
here.
gin and sin, that
Good
fits Freddie
sin.
pretty
Very
good.
easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. You just take some lemon, squirt that right in on top, right of the ice. Not
at
a
that.
whole bunch of lemon. Just a
like
little
that.
bit more here. But the lemon will give this a really good flavor.
I like those seeds too.
Oh, the seeds go great with it. You'll love that. All right. Then we got a little bit of gin.
There's no such thing as a little bit.
I
of
know. Look,
anything.
Freddie's looking at me like, okay, I can see that there's problems here on it.
There we go.
There you go, Freddie boy. A little bit of orange juice on there. You don't want to go too much orange juice. This is sort of a nice
No, we
dry
wouldn't want to
drink.
dilute that gin.
Perfect
would we?
breakfast drink. I can see this already.
Oh, it is. This isn't for breakfast anymore. Now, the grenadine, some people will go ahead and mix it up there. I like putting it on top because it sort of reminds me of your tequila sunrise. You
Oh,
know?
watch this, the way that sits there. Oh,
And here's your gin and sin. The reason the gin and sin is after you have one, you want another one. That's the sin part of it.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
There you go. You don't even have to shake it.
No,
It's sort of nice and layered there, as you can see.
shaken, not stirred. That's what
All
it
right.
is.
Cheers there, Freddie boy.
Get yours up here.
All right. Cheers.
And when
Thank
you come to the
kindly.
To all the people at the lake.
Oh, man.
Hey, 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 hey.
When you come to the Cormorant Pub and Boathouse, I'll tell you what, they got home-style cooking, they got appetizers, they got salads and soups, they got roasted chicken, they got burgers, they got the pub plates, pizzas, they got the kids menu, and just for you two gentlemen, they got the IPAs, they got the ciders, they got the pale ales and the blondes, they got the dark and the Scottish ales. They got a great selection of brews
I know, I see
right
that.
on the
That is
inside
just
here.
great. I
Hey,
could
we
spend all
got to keep
day
moving here.
here.
We got to get some. So also popular in the 50s was the green bean casserole.
Oh,
Yeah! So we got some green beans galore there, and we're gonna get our green beans on with a little bit of oil. We gotta oil that. I'm gonna oil the griddle too. We got the oil growing
Yep.
back here on our Pit Boss griddle. We're gonna oil that griddle back here too. And we're gonna do a little sizzling right now
Oh-ho.
and get these babies cooked down. And then we're gonna add some mushrooms along the way and some other good stuff and get the green bean toppings for the green bean casserole going. But from our good friends at Cormorant Pub and Brew House in Cormorant, Minnesota. Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest
All right, we'll
Grillin'.
be right back, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin'.
I'll tell you what, we're having a great time here today. We're at the Cormorant Pub and Boathouse in the village of Cormorant and in the heart of Detroit Lakes, having a great time.
I'm ready.
Great job.
ready.
All right. So when you come to the area here in the Detroit Lakes area, there's 400 beautiful lakes within 25 miles. Isn't that amazing? 400
beautiful.
lakes within 20-some miles. There's mountain biking, there's walking trails, there's biking, sailing, boating, kayaking, canoes. There's park and recreational preserves to walk. It's great beaches, and it's dog friendly. And that's a lovely thing, isn't it? And we're going to have a great time here today. So we're talking about the 50s because on the inside of the boathouse up here, they have that beautiful 1951 Chris Craft Woody.
Right.
And it's just a gorgeous 27-footer and good libations and good eats here, I'll tell you that.
beautiful to see. I
But we're
can't
talking
believe
about the 1950s. 1950s, we got the lamb chops going. We're doing the green bean casserole. I think what we got to do is get the green bean casserole.
All right, I'm ready,
How about
Freddie.
some cream of mushroom soup?
Gotta use this spoon?
That's what she's there for.
I'm a powerful man with a spoon.
Cream of mushroom soup. That's
All right.
the old-fashioned way of doing that, isn't it? Now,
can't
we
go
threw
wrong.
away the green beans in a can. We did fresh green beans
Yeah,
today.
good for you.
Fresh green beans. How about a little bit of broth
A
inside
little
of
broth
there?
in there to thin that out. Okay, I'll start.
And you know what, too? I think did you have some cream here, too? I saw creamer. There it is. You got some heavy whipped
Beautiful
cream.
creamer.
Cream.
I feel like a witch or something, you know? stirring up
No,
some
no,
stew.
you're too kind.
You're a weird lock instead of a warlock.
Oh, you gotta have cheese. I'm not so cocky anymore, am I?
We'll get that baby stirred up. The green beans, I threw some mushrooms on there during the break because we had to get those baby cooked down. Look at that. Holy schmackers.
This man amazes me what he does here.
And all we're simply going to do is ladle that right over the top.
Holy mackerel. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
Right over the top of the
Bad
green
dog,
beans.
Bad dog, bad dog.
And we got to spread it out like it's a lovely little frosting. We're going to let that calm down a little bit by itself.
What this man does on the grill is just amazing.
I'm going to set that baby out of harm's way. Oh, we're not
Holy
done with that
cow.
yet. We're going to let that baby simmer just a little bit.
Right.
I'm going to move these cans, which are extremely dangerous today.
Yo,
Now the lamb chops are cooking away. The lamb chops are looking absolutely gorgeous here. I'll pour one off and show everybody. So those lamb chops are looking just wonderful on top of
Wow.
that plank. We want to cook those to about 135 degrees, somewhere in that neighborhood at the most, about 135. And we're going to get those babies going just perfectly over the top. But over the top of those now, because we're cooking on top of the plank, you can add different things over the top. You can make them as gnarly as possible, and you
Yep.
can actually add beautiful glazes. So we're going to do a mint pesto, if you will, a mint pesto over the top of those. Fresh mint from my garden.
all right.
So we'll add some beautiful fresh mint over the top of that. I'm going to add, I guess I got regular garlic here, cloves of garlic.
Okay.
I'm going to do a little bit of red, yellow, and orange pepper.
A little color in
And
there
I can
for
do
there.
pecans or walnuts. I chose a little walnuts today over the top. I want a little moisture, though. I'm going to add a little oil and a little balsamic over
All
that.
right.
And I don't know how many folks ever had one of these graters. We do a lot of home and garden shows.
They're slick,
They're
man.
as slick as can be. You know, Merrill woke up crabby today, but then Freddie went back to sleep.
See how he talks about us? Yeah, it's not right. It's just not right.
Where's that spoon?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
All right.
I'm going to squeeze a little lemon in there.
Well, there you go. That would make sense.
Yeah,
That
make a
would
little
make
lemon
sense.
in there. So that's a little walnut. Hold on. So Merrill, out of all the beers they serve at the brew pub here,
Right.
and at the pub house here and the boathouse here. The IPAs, the ciders, Pilsners and blondes, the dark or the Scottish ales. Your favorite?
I go with the IPAs. You know, I used to say I hated them, but boy, when you just sit down and have a nice cold IPA, there's nothing like
Well,
it.
they got a great selection
They
here.
do.
And everybody should go to their search them out at Cormorant Pub and Boathouse, and you'll be shocked at the beautiful menu for the kids and everything else. So if you're
Beautiful
back
place.
towards Freddie's house,
Yeah, I'm going back towards Freddie's house.
and I'm gonna go over this way here, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of that, this is the way the relish turned out. It's got the nuts on top and everything else, and we're just gonna layel that over the top. That's got that
Beautiful.
gorgeous mint in there. It's got oil, it's got garlic in there, and I can smell every bit of it.
I can too.
And everything is about roasted about 3/4 of the way done. So that's just gonna add to it right there. Right over the top. We're gonna put the hood down. We're gonna let those flavors blend together. And we're gonna come over here. We're gonna give one stirring because I know dang well it needs it.
Oh, beans. I can't wait to try those beans.
What's really great is that we've been on the road so long I did my laundry on here first. And we'll let
That'll
that
be
baby,
good.
that's the casserole right
That's
there.
a lot better green bean casserole than I used to have when I was a kid.
Ain't that the goodness truth?
Oh, you
It's
still
like the
have it.
home style cooking you get here at the boathouse, I'll tell you that. You gotta come to the boathouse, it's a great place. How many folks have been to the boathouse before? Everybody's been to the boathouse before. Hey, they got a couple of great sponsors. Hold on one here. Let me just show this. In the area here, and we're grillers and we love to grill. When
right.
you're in the area here, the Spice Boys Barbecue Supply House, they'll supply you with the grills, the smokers, the pizza ovens, everything you need for your grilling
Right.
supplies. And then I was talking to a couple folks out here that bought some real estate, and they went to JBC Commercial Real Estate, JBC Commercial Real Estate in the area, and they hooked them up with the best properties ever. So Freddie, take us a little music, and
All
we'll be
right.
right back with the 50s theme.
All right.
1950s. It was a great year, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man.
Hey, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest
From the
Grilling.
Cormorant Pub and Boathouse. We are having a great time here in the village of Cormorant, and it's going to be great. Hey, you can't have the 50s. You can't have green bean casserole without French fried onion rings.
Oh, I love those things. Thank
There you go,
you.
Freddie. Merrill, you get one chip, and that's all you get.
Do.
Well, I'll tell you what. Low in carb, if anybody's on a carb low, that's low in carb, just so you know. We're going to add those to the top of our green bean casserole. You don't want to take away the flavor. I found out if you had too many cans and too much stuff, you had to take away the flavor. So we're just, like you're going to take away flavor, whatever I added on that big thing, huh? That's amazing. That casserole looks absolutely delicious. Let me show you those gorgeous lamb chops. I'm going to take them right off. You're going to stay right there.
Oh, as well.
I think those babies are just about to the right temp.
Oh, mama.
Look at that with that gorgeous relish over the top. And I got chops, and I got one lamb chop on here. Now that's with our good friend Sherry Lewis, who was very popular and started out in the 50s, the same as that 1951 27-foot Chris Craft boat bar on the inside. Great food on the inside, man, I'll tell you. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little mint dipping sauce, for our lamb chops. And my dad taught me you can't have lamb chops without mint jelly or things like that. So we're gonna substitute today. We're gonna use a little bit of someone asked me a little bit earlier about my favorite restaurant in Door County, Wisconsin. Any place near our good friends at Country Ovens, I'll tell you that. So we're gonna add a little bit of our this is a horseradish sauce.
Oh, I love that sauce.
I do too. So a little bit of the
Kind of
horseradish
flavor.
sauce goes in there, and we're gonna add some fresh mint, and we're just gonna stir that up. And I'm gonna add one little squeezings of lemon over the top of that. And that literally gets served on a platter with those nice little lamb chops.
Oh, you're
Perfect.
good job.
Yeah, over the top of each. So now we got some great flavors. That's flavors. I hate those people who use, brisket's okay, salt and pepper, you know what I'm saying? But everything else, spice it up a little bit. That's the spice of life. You gotta have a little diversity in life
You
or it's
gotta
no
have
fun.
some spice.
Absolutely.
No, not just a little bit either. I hate those people. Oh, I got a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Whoa. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Whoa.
Fast Freddy, you take us out with a little music. We're going to get a scooping on our green bean casserole. We're going to come back, give you a nice, big, beautiful display from our good friends at the Boathouse at Cormorant. We're going to be right back.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest
We had a great time here at the Cormorant Pub and Boathouse. Make sure you visit these good folks. Great eats, great drinks, great company. Talk to you later. Peace, love, and happy grilling, folks.
Happy grilling, everybody.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is a production of Lashbro Visual Communications.